Here is my update on my nephew that found me on social media last month. He ran away from the Amish community almost a year ago and did not find me until last month because he never knew me when I was Amish and he was a baby when I left like 19 years ago. So, with that being said, got to meet him, and I got to meet him because of you guys as well. You made it happen because I put out a GoFundMe to help pay for the flights to come in here. And it was like $1,200 to come in here with my son and I to be able to meet him. And you guys helped make that happen because I wasn't going to do that, but you guys offered and we're so kind and generous. So it's my duty to update you guys on how that went. And I just want to thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart because it does mean a lot to me. Got to meet him the other night and hung out, just got to know him. And then he came and hung out with us on Thanksgiving Day as well. And my two younger brothers and my sister and her family, like we were all hanging out together for Thanksgiving yesterday. And it was great. So, we just got to, ask him questions like what his life was like and what made him leave, which he said he left because he always wanted to drive a car. And he was at the time of needing to join the church, like that age where they expect you to join the church, and he wasn't ready to join the church. And so he was like, well, I'm just going to leave. So he left. And he left with two of his best friends. They all lived together. And then he ended up like working at the same job that he had when he was Amish, which was at a furniture shop. And that is very uncommon. So, we just, got to know him like that. But here's the thing. He's going back Amish. And the reality is that first year of leaving can be so incredibly difficult, especially if you don't get plugged in with the right people, the people that can show you that life can be beautiful and there's so much more to it than what you were exposed to, but also in a really, really good way. Because we're always taught like everything is bad outside of the Amish community. And in many ways, unless you have some kind of spiritual experience before you leave, no matter what you believe when you're leaving and why you're leaving, you still think in here that you leaving is really, really bad and you're doing something really bad. And so for many that leave, they just want to leave to experience the world for like 6 months to a year, and their whole plan is to go back at some point. Not me. I was never like that. I was just like, nope, done, out. But I asked him, I was like, why do you want to go back? And he said, oh, I just want to go back. Okay, respectfully. That's fine. Second time I asked him, I said, so what's like the big thing that is making you want to go back? He's like, I just miss my family. I get that too. Like my siblings and I are like, listen, we get it. That first year is hard. And when you have strong connections with your family and your community, it's really hard to let go of that, especially if you haven't seen what it can be like outside of the community. And so we just told him, we said, listen, nobody's going to try to convince you any other way. If that's what you want to do, that's your decision. And my siblings and I talked about it, and we were like, he has to decide on his own whether or not he wants to stay or not. Like, if he wants to go back and see if that's what he actually wants, then that's what he has to do. But I asked him, I said, do you think that can you see yourself like being Amish for the rest of your life? And he's like, no, not really. But it was almost as if it was like it is what it is kind of thing. And I was like, all right. And so we just told him that he's always welcome here, and that if he ever has any kind of questions or needs anything, like we're here for him. But at the end, we just told him, good luck going back. And if you keep your cell phone, which you might for a while, you know that you can reach us and let us know if you need anything. And that was that. But all I can say is, I am extremely grateful for the time that I did have with him and that I did get to meet him. And in many ways, I feel like God orchestrated this whole thing with him meeting me on social media when he did, reaching out, me being able to come in here and meet with him in person. And what that even means, I don't know. If it meant shedding some kind of light on him that he takes into his Amish life and that's where it needs to go, or if it was shedding light on him, showing him like, hey, there is more to life than what I was living, because we feel like a lot of, in many ways, he didn't have to change a whole lot after he left, other than like driving a car, and he just had a little bit more freedom. So we think, that might be part of it. So with that being said, like we could see kind of like the wheels turning yesterday. Like you could see he was observing a lot, and he was also asking questions a lot. And so we felt like he was observing a lot, and it kind of like might have made him think differently, but we don't really truly know. So with that being said, that is my update on my nephew, and I think that you guys deserved hearing that, because you've been on this ride and journey along with me, and now we'll see where it goes from here. But I'm extremely grateful for the experience that I did have, and that I did get to meet him in whatever way that was meant to be. It was meant to be. So there's my update.